So let's talk about a new technology called Woxpas. That's pronounced Woxpas. It's on a mission to solve what might be one of the single biggest frustrations for anyone who uses AI by giving all your different tools one single personal memory. And that brings us to the big question, right? You use AI every day, but are your brilliant AI tools suffering from amnesia? I mean, you have these incredibly powerful models right at your fingertips, but so often they feel completely disconnected and honestly, just forgetful. And this really breaks down the problem perfectly. Think about your workflow. You've spent ages explaining your project strategy to Claude. ChatGPT, it knows all your personal preferences for how you like things worded. Your coding assistant Cursor has the entire context of your codebase. And of course, Slack holds every critical decision your team has made. Each tool is super smart, but only in its own little world. But here's the massive friction point. They just don't talk to each other. They don't share context. And most importantly, they don't remember what actually matters from one conversation to the next. This forces you to be the human bridge between them, just repeating yourself over and over and over again. Well, this is the exact problem Woxpas, again, that's Woxpas, is built to solve. It's designed to be that missing piece, one single, unified memory layer that just works across every single AI tool you use. The whole promise is captured right here. Save once, remember everywhere, stay in control. And look, this isn't just about making storage convenient. It's about efficiency, for sure, but it's also critically about giving you full ownership and control over your own context and your own data. So how does this actually work? Let's pop the hood for a minute and take a look at the Woxpas cognitive engine. The whole thing is built on this 5-step cognitive architecture, which runs in a continuous loop. You capture, it extracts, then connects. You can use it everywhere, and finally, it resurfaces what's important. Let's break down each one of those steps. First up, capture. You can pretty much feed anything you can think of into Woxpas. We're talking typed notes, PDFs, entire audio files, Slack messages, web clips, you name it. And the key thing to get here is that messy is totally fine. You don't have to pre-organize anything or add a bunch of tags, just drop it in. Next is step 2, extraction. And honestly, this is where the magic starts to happen. You take a messy, unstructured note like the one on the left, and it's automatically transformed into this structured, citation-ready memory you see on the right. It intelligently figures out who the people are, what the events are, and even what commitments were made, all without you lifting a finger. Then, in step 3, Woxpas takes all of that structured data and starts connecting it all together, building this dynamic knowledge graph. It automatically links related concepts. So a project you mentioned in your notes gets instantly connected to a Slack decision about it from 3 weeks ago, forming this rich web of understanding. And this really gets to the core philosophy of the whole thing. Memory is not storage, memory is meaning. This isn't just another digital filing cabinet. No way. It's an engine that's designed to understand the relationships between your pieces of information, creating real context and actual intelligence. Now, all of this leads to step 4, using that memory everywhere. This happens through something they call the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. The easiest way to think of it is like a universal plug that lets Woxpas feed your personal memory directly into any compatible AI tool. So whether you're working in Claude or coding in Cursor, you ask the same question and you get the same consistent, cited answer. Your memory follows you and the context never gets lost. And that brings us to the final step, step 5, resurface. This is where your memory starts actively working for you. Even when you're not asking it questions, Woxpas is proactively bringing important stuff to your attention. Things like a daily digest, a conflict it detected between 2 different notes, or an overdue follow-up that might have just slipped your mind. So let's dig a little deeper into that proactive intelligence, because this is what really separates a smart memory from just, simple storage. This is where it gets really interesting. The whole resurfacing engine is powered by what Woxpas calls its 3 cognitive signals. You've got thinking, in green, which is all about what's active and relevant for you right now. Then there's echo, in amber, for those important ideas that keep popping up over time. And finally, patterns, in purple, which highlights the deep, long-term connections your memory has actually learned on its own. One of the most powerful features here is conflict detection. So imagine this. You save a note that says a deadline is May 15th. But a week later, a colleague's Slack message says it's now May 22nd. Woxpas automatically catches that contradiction and flags it for you. Boom. No more confusion. And when you do need to search for something, the retrieval is smart. It actually understands your intent. If you ask for a summary of something, it uses meaning retrieval to synthesize an answer from a bunch of different sources. But if you ask it to find a specific file, it switches to artifact retrieval to pull up that exact source document you need. No more guesswork. Okay, the tech is really impressive, for sure. But what does this actually mean for your day-to-day work? Let's jump into a few real-world use cases. So if you're a developer, this is a total game changer. Imagine you've already explained your entire system architecture to Claude. Then you hop over to your code editor, Cursor, to work on a refactor plan. Meanwhile, your team just made a key decision in Slack to switch to GraphQL. Woxpas connects all of it. You never have to re-explain your codebase to a new AI ever again. It just knows. For all the knowledge workers out there, picture this. A day with 6 back-to-back meetings, promises are made, big decisions get buried in Slack threads, and action items are scattered across all of your notes. Woxpas basically becomes your personal chief of staff, automatically pulling out every single commitment and resurfacing them before anything can fall through the cracks. It'll connect a promise made in a call to the final decision buried in a document, making sure you never, ever miss a follow-up. And if you're a founder or a solo operator, you know what it's like. You're juggling 1,000 moving parts. Investor feedback over here, product strategy over there, customer insights, hiring plans, it is all scattered. Woxpas acts as that single source of truth, creating a personal memory that connects all those dots and actually scales right alongside your business, helping you maintain clarity even as you grow. And when you boil it all down, it leads to this one fundamental question. What if your AI could finally truly remember? I mean, what could you build or create or solve if you weren't constantly reteaching your tools the things they should already know? If that's a problem you've been running into, well, this could be the solution. It's time to stop repeating yourself to your AI. You can check it out for yourself at wox-pass.ai.